Hi everybody, welcome to this week's What's Up Wednesday. This week it's starring Dan McDougall and Dave Kel. What do you mean I'm not on it? Where's my contract?
What I need is a backrest or something, man. Is it off again already?
We don't get those. No, it's got to be on.
Is it?
I sure hope it's on. That'd be embarrassing. Yeah, a backrest would be good. I thought about putting, you know, if you took an old car seat out and welded it on there.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Kind of kick it back whatever way you wanted to put it. Just for jogging. Because it gets a little monotonous when we're going with 20 and all you're doing is just going round and round in circles trying to get dizzy.
Well, and as they get older, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, you.
Hi. How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, this guy here is pretty good. I was going to send you with Sylvia, but I ended up, she's training today, so I kind of changed your plans.
That's all good.
And I was going to send you with Munchie, but he kicked the apron right off the cart yesterday. I was like, well, that's interesting.
Well, you can see how your hand. Are we going out this door?
Yeah, right straight ahead
here?
there.
Okay.
That's kind of the on-ramp, that's your off-ramp.
Gotcha. Well, it could be better, eh? So they generally know what they're doing, eh?
For the most part, like, you know, the babies are a little bit different because,
yep,
you know, they're just learning the ropes, and a lot of times, like, a lot of these guys get good at counting. If you go the same amount of rounds every week or every day.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah, they know. Like by the time you get to lap 5, they start angling themselves to the outside. And the same with, like, we had a girl there from Enterprise that it was her first time ever jogging, and Josh McDonald brought her out and she wanted to jog. So we went out, and as she went into the inside of the track, the faster the horse went. I said, well, because you jog on the outside to go slow. I said, and then, you know, they're used to, as soon as they go in near the pylons and stuff like that, it's time to go fast. It's race time or training time.
So we're turning left?
Yeah. Just give them a wide berth around the fence there.
Yeah. Okay, so now how do we get him to jog, or does he?
He'll do that all on his own.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to see how you don't need a whole lot of pressure on there. He kind of does it all himself.
That's all right. And this is about the speed you want to go? Like, how do you, well, you...
Wait a bit here. It's more or less knowing the horse a little bit so that you know, like, they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Because, like, some of the bigger horses, they'll go a little quicker jogging just because they kind of carry themselves where their stride and everything else is. It just, they naturally kind of, you know, it's like anybody else that goes out for a jog. I might go for a jog and jog at 15 kilometers an hour or 14 kilometers an hour, whatever it works out to be.
Yep.
And someone else might go for a jog, it might be 18 or 20 kilometers an hour.
And am I wide enough on the track? Am I far enough out here? Okay.
Yep.
That's where you want to be?
Yeah, generally, like, you kind of split it in half. Try to stay off the inside half of the trainers, outside half is your joggers.
Yep. So you're training them all the time, so you've got a feel for what a jog is and what a, you know, so if they're going a little fast, you know that you'll pull them back a bit because they're, although I guess as fast as they want to go is fine too, is it, or?
I try to not allow that, like, because then they get into bad habits and, you know, they're not paying attention to jogging instead of, because jogging for us is more or less just coming out for movement. Like it's not so much a cardio thing. Like these guys do 5-6 laps or 5-6 miles, and you know they barely break a sweat when they're in shape. So that's just more or less just getting out, getting the muscles moving, you know, getting them loosened up. The training's where you kind of build your cardio and a little bit more muscle.
Okay, so they jog every day?
Yeah.
Jog every day, and they train what, once a week or?
Twice a week generally.
Okay.
But if they're racing once a week, but then, you know, there's certain horses that don't need to be trained every week, where there's other horses that kind of feed off of that. Like, you know, it's like that hockey player that doesn't show up for practice half the time, and he's still got the talent to go out and beat everybody else. And there's other guys that need work, and you know, they could be practicing twice a day, and it's better for them.
What if you're Guy Lafleur, you got to stop for smoke and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Mic'd up.
Mic'd up and going, man.
Yeah.
Mic'd up and going.
So watch your P's and Q's.
Yeah. Be nice, Kelly Crump.
We're gonna put Dan to work jogging now. Look at him, natural.
Oh, well, that. I think Kootenai here thinks we're racing now.
So you can put a little more pressure back on the bit.
Okay.
Put it a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut Kelly off here. So like now he's pacing, so you can see where he kind of, it's like a train.
Yeah.
You get that movement.
Okay, so this isn't correct what he's doing right now?
Hey, he's all right there.
Okay.
He's allowed to go a little quicker. Like, we don't mind him. 'Cause this is not really, you're still only probably going 21, 22 kilometers an hour maybe.
Yeah.
When you're racing and stuff, you're going 50 to 55.
I'm really not doing a very good job of staying on the outside either. That's my other problem.
Yeah, you're all right.
That's
There's nobody else out here, so we're.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to.
Oh, but
There he is. He's in there. Come on. Then he's gonna say, "Well, you want to sprint? I'll sprint."
And so it's funny, like when you're driving in a race kind of thing, I'll try to get a horse on the bit where, so really there's a little more pressure on the bit than, like there's a lot more pressure than what's here right now.
Yeah.
So that horse is ready. I don't have to chase him to do anything. I just have to kind of let that pressure off a little bit.
Right.
So that he knows to kind of accelerate.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, the lines being loose like this and me having to chase him to do it, he kind of knows just off the feeling of how much pressure's on that bit this man.
Well, and that's what I mean. What they say when they mean it's all in the hands, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're going around that last corner, and you're heading for the end or whatever, are you just letting go and taking all the pressure off? Or?
I try not to let all the pressure off at all, just because, you know, it's just as much a mental game for them as it is any other athlete. Where if you let them know that they're tired, a lot of times you take that pressure completely off the bit. You kind of let them know that they're tired. Where if the pressure's still on,
okay.
they kind of, it's mentally for them, they think, okay, well, I still have more to give.
So how do you get them to do that last kick, that sprint down the end there?
I think it's a lot to do with the training the horse has itself, and
Okay.
I don't know, like I say, you put a little bit more pressure on, so I'm just throwing out numbers, but say you go and start the race and you have 15 or 20 pounds of pressure pulling on that bit.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you get to the last corner, yeah, there's only 5 pounds, but you don't want that to hit to 0.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Yep.
When it's different than racing cars and racing horses. Racing horses, you got to kind of think of it as like you're driving a vehicle with only so much fuel in it, and it's going to run out, and you don't have a gauge to know when it's going to run out. You just have to time it properly so that you get to the finish line before it runs out.
Yeah, right.
Should we put it on camera that you're better than Donnie at this, or?
I don't know if I am.
I don't know if he is, because he hasn't jogged one for us yet.
Yeah, it's been a long time since he's been on one. Okay, so now I just start putting some more pressure on there.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll realize, okay, we're slowing up. And then once he comes to a walk, he'll usually just walk back on his own, and you don't even have to.
Right on.
We're here in the Dave Kelly stable with Dan McDougall standing next to actually a Logan Gillis trainee, Kootenai Logger. Dan was lucky enough to get to go out and jog him for his first ever session jogging a horse. Dan, how was it?
Oh, it was great. He's a good boy. Didn't misbehave at all. Got going a little bit fast. Kelly Crump was coming up on us or whatever, and this guy, old Kootenai, he's like, "No, you're not going by me." So we got going a little bit. I got to work on my hands a little bit. I think I loosened up a little bit, and he got going somewhat. But no, he was good. It was easy. It's quite different from riding a horse. Like I've done a lot of riding, and with these guys, you got to keep a little pressure on all the time. Whereas when you're on horseback, you know, you can kind of get them pissed off if you're yanking and pulling too much or whatever. And the steering, of course, is completely different. It's like a steering wheel almost, as opposed to
being terrifying on top of them. Yeah, why would anybody want to get up there? That's silly.
Oh, I like it up there. But, I like it back there too. And he was Logan's had him off the beans, so there were no incidents like that or whatever. A little bit of bump and run, but no, it was great experience.